Hi guys, Jam here. How you doing? Hope you're all well. I'm bringing you a race today from the Nurburgring. I know another Nurburgring. I swear I will post some more videos up that coming from different circuits. But today is from the Nurburgring. It was a good online race that we did last night. We've got some really good competitive people in here. They are absolutely superb. We're running GT500s. The PP's been set down, so we've had to roll back some of the amendments to my car. This Lexus is completely and utterly kitted out. I've had to remove the turbos to come under the PP bracket, and we've also had to downgrade our power down to about 89%. There's no traction control. There's no real aids going on. I think we've got ABS on. And I'm playing on a pad, so it's not as easy to control the braking on a pad, especially at this kind of level. But the ABS is on. All the other mods are off. We've got nothing else going on to help us. This is racing how I like it. We're going to have a really good race today. It's a 15-lap race for the Nurburgring. There is one mandatory pit stop that we've got to do, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. Let's see how we get on. Good start, we've got some good traction. We're off, we are in third place at the minute, into second. Maybe, captain's going to keep it on the inside. Let's see if we can get the undercut and get it out of red. No, we can't, we slide a little bit, ghost out, but we're okay, we're in third, we're quite happy with that, we're going to keep on with this. Got a good field today, HSVs, Lexus, we've got some Nissans in there as well, some GTRs and some Nismo Zavis as well, so real good mix in the field. We managed to get second due to captain just sliding wide into the fourth corner, and now we've got our head down. We're going to start catching Chris. Now Chris is a really good driver. He's really come on leaps and bounds in the past month or so that I've been racing with him. He's getting very quick, and he's learning all the while. And he's a good mate of mine as well, and he's a good crack, so this will be a good race. You'll see me, I'll flash my lights at him a few times as well, just to have a bit of fun and distract him, but it's all in good humour. Bit wide into there. And Captain's taking advantage of that. He's down our outside, he's giving us plenty of room. He's got the undercut, he's trying to make it work for him, but we've got the power. Luckily we've managed to get out of there. Keep him behind us. Now he's right behind us, he's got the toe, he's looking right, he's going to go to the inside, and I'm going to give him the space for that, and he misses his braking point, which allows me to run straight through. I keep my line and keep it nice and tidy. As you can see, and probably hear, we've got a gaggle of HSVs in the field today. Now let me tell you a bit more about this Lexus. I only brought this a few weeks ago, and since then I haven't actually played on the PlayStation at all. It's Christmas, in case you're wondering, and I've been out Christmas shopping and wrapping and looking after kids and doing the usual thing that parents do. So I really haven't had a chance to get to grips with this car. I've done a few testing, a few bits of testing over at Italy, so I've gone for a low downforce setup, high top speeds, so I'm running on this car not an optimal setup, but the only thing I've pretty much done is bang on some wing, and that's about it. But I'm running really harsh cambers on here, because obviously I don't want the contact patch when I'm trying to attain high speeds, because obviously you know, friction turns into drag on the car, so if I can remove the friction I can get less drag and get a higher top speed. So I'm really running quite a high camber. Not great for circuits like this. It's obviously got a lot of twisty parts to it and a lot of you know, harsh braking and harsh acceleration areas. So you know, it really does hurt my tyres, and already, even on lap 2, my tyres have gone off already. You can see I'm going to be sliding around all over the place shortly. But there's just nothing I can do about it. This is the setup. This is what I got for you know, the next 13 laps. We just got to keep on going. as best we can, keep my head down and try and concentrate on Chris and less on Killer behind me. The Killer actually set the fastest time in practice, so I know he's extremely quick. I'm going to give him his space that he needs, and we'll see how we go. We're catching Chris, which is excellent, but Killer isn't going anywhere either, but we're managing to keep him behind me at the minute, but just too much. We came into that corner just far too fast and the car understeered off. As I said before, the front tyres are going off. I'm going to try and keep to the inside, see if we can get the undercut on him and get a good shot out of the hairpin, but no such luck. Killer's got the place, we yield to him, and now if we can just keep with him and follow him through and see if we can catch up to Chris and get Chris. Completely missed the apex of there. As I said before, my tyres are going off. You know, we're running such a high camber on the tyres. The contact patch is minimal, which means that, you know, all that power is coming down to a smaller than normal contact patch. So that's really hurting us. The tyres are just way too hot at the minute, and you know, considering we're only on the third or fourth lap, it's going to be a difficult race. We've got 15 laps to do, so we have to keep on going as best we can. Redhead's catching us. I already know at this point that the tyres are way off base. I know that they're going to be struggling. So the likelihood is that Redhead's going to catch us. If we can try and keep him behind us, that'll be great. Certainly until the first round of pit stops, that'll be good. Again, braking is just not there in this car. I'm going to have to brake even earlier next time. Changing the view, going car. Just understeer city, and I get out. Oh, get out onto the edge of the racetrack. Rear tyres get out onto the grass, and it just spins me round. Now we're racing with a bunch of guys who are really good at racing. You know, this isn't your open lobby kind of style thing. These guys are pretty damn good, so we know we can't just rejoin a circuit straight in front of them. It's not fair and it's not right, so we keep off the racing line until it's safe and we can rejoin without giving anyone any grief. So now I think we're down in 9th position at the minute. We've got to concentrate, get our head down, and see if we can get back up to where we were, but the tyres are really unhappy. So what I was trying to do at that corner was keep the revs high. If I can keep the revs high, you keep the torque figure low, lower than it is further down the rev range anyway. So I was trying to keep the torque figure low, which hopefully means I can get out of that final corner without spinning up the rear tyres too much. But as you've probably heard, we are spinning up massively. Somebody down the inside now. Here he goes. He's backed off. He knows he's going to not get down there, so he's going to try somewhere else. So now I'm trying to straighten up my lines now coming out of these corners. I'm trying to straighten up the lines and get the corner done with as fast as possible so I can get the car straight and put the power down in a straight line and hopefully not spin up the rear tyres and allow me to just get going. But unfortunately, you know, these guys have got their car set up so that they can start powering out the corner when they hit the apex, which is obviously the optimum. But with my setup on this car, it isn't right, so we're just going to have to live with whatever we've got. I can see them battling ahead of me and I'm thinking, right, okay, they're having their own battle, they're going to bring themselves back to me, so if I can just keep it going, then we may be okay. But I'm thinking, you know, I'm running low on fuel. Now this Lexus, there's not too many of them in the field, and as I said, you know, I haven't really run this Lexus too much, so I don't actually know what this Lexus can do when it comes to distance running, and especially on tyres. So I'm thinking at the minute, I'll see if we can stretch it out a bit, but if I just show you my instruments, you'll see that I'm really running low on tyres, I'm really only just over a quarter of a tank of petrol. We are really struggling. We went wide on the last corner, there's just nothing we could do, we're losing miles per hour all the way down this straight. We only managed to get into 5th gear, so I know it's pretty much time to go and hit the pits now, because, you know, in a HSV I know where I am, I know how far I can push the car, and you know how little petrol I can do a lap on in a HSV. In this car, because I barely ran it, I really don't. So I'm not sure whether that quarter of a tank is going to last me 1 lap, 2 laps, 3 laps. So I got to be careful. My tyres are really shot. I am really struggling on these tyres. I really need to calm down a bit, I think, and just see if I can get these lines right, focus on getting the exits and getting the power down without spinning up the wheels. And it's really hard when you know that there's pace in the car but you just can't get it down onto the tarmac, and it gets really frustrating, and that's when you know, a lot of these problems occur. So I'm trying to just chill myself out now. It's a long race, we've got a long way to go, there's pit stops that's got to happen. Is it going to be mine first or the HSVs first? I don't know, but I'm thinking that probably I need to get to the pits. I need to get rid of these rubbish sets of tyres if I'm going to stand a chance of being anywhere with anybody. You hear me feathering the throttle off there just to regain the balance back in the car and get the tyres rotating again in time with the tarmac. I can see them up ahead of me, and it looks like I'm catching them a little bit as well, so perhaps they are struggling as well with their tyres, I'm not sure, but I think that my tyres have done all they're going to do. Into the pits as fast as we dare, it's quite a tight corner that. Now the one thing with PlayStation and Gran Turismo, whenever it suggests to you this is how much petrol you should put in your car, in my opinion it's always short. And even when it says that you can put a full tank of petrol in, you can actually still click it one more and put a little bit more in. So I always make sure that I put a little bit more in. I seem to use a lot, especially for spinning up the tyres, because obviously we're then hitting the rev range and hitting the limiter, we're using a lot of fuel. We've just got to go basically, so we put as much fuel as we can. I don't think it's going to let us do anything stupid like have another lap on somebody else, but you know, the longer that we go and the more we've got weapons in our arsenal, the better it's going to be. Cold tyres, overcooked the braking, frustration to the max. I need to chill out. Got to calm down. These tyres are not going to last if I carry on using them the way I used the first set, so just trying to straighten my lines up, get it right, get the power down in a straight line. Forgive my iPhone, it's going mental. I've only just had it, it's a new Works one. First time I've had a Works phone. and I haven't got to grips with the settings yet. It just keeps on dinging all the while. Every time I get an email, every time I get a text message, every time anything happens on the iPhone, I get a ding. So that was a really bad exit out of there. Wasn't particularly great through there either, but these tyres are just bedding in, so getting around a lap, although they're being tortured a minute. At this point I realise that this lap is really quite scruffy and it's just not good, so at this point I'm talking to myself again. I'm going, for God's sake, Jam, just chill out, would you? You need to chill out. You are not going to finish this race anywhere if you don't. Now, I've set this car up. I mean, I could have gone for what most people would do, get the centre of gravity as low down as humanly possible, you know, make the under-tray drag at every opportunity, but I never did that. And there is a reason for me not doing that, and the reason is simply this. I want to hop over these curbs. I want to be able to give this car a good scene to. I want to be able to, you know, rag it into these corners, jump over these curbs, and not have to worry about the under tray. Whereas if you do that, and you've got your car set down really low, your under tray will actually lift the car up, and you'll be off your wheels and out of control. And at that point, obviously, no wheels hitting the ground, you've got no directional, you've got no acceleration or braking, and you no doubt end up looking like a complete idiot like I did there. You end up sailing off into the barrier. And so I've set this car up quite high, and you'll see what I mean in a minute, because we're coming up to a guy who's running a Lexus, and he's got his set down quite low. Go left hand side of Nelly, there he is. That's the Lexus guy. Nelly's running a Lexus as well as us, and he's pretty good. He's had that Lexus for quite a while, so he's got that tune pretty good. But the one thing he can't do is he can't hop over the final chicane like I can. So I take a lot more speed through that final chicane than he does, and that really helps. Gives me that little bit of breathing space out onto the main straight, because I'm struggling to get out of the corners. So the fact that I'm able to just hop over these curbs really works to my benefit. Let's go out to the replay camera. Hopefully it'll give us a decent shot, and you'll be able to see there. You can see quite a lot of daylight underneath my car. I'm running it quite high. In fact, it's almost comically high. Whereas Nelly, look at that. A thin sliver of light underneath his car, whereas you can probably roll a skateboard underneath mine. Yes, getting your centre of gravity down low is good. Using the under tray to help your aerodynamics is also good. But you've also got to be able to drive this car and drive it how you want it. And I want to be able to hop over those curbs and keep full control. And these other guys don't. So that's where I set the car up. I'm going to adjust it, no doubt, because there's a lot to do. I mean, in the second race, which I'll post up, which is also on here again. Sorry, last night we were doing 2 races, and then we'll move tracks and do another track. But I only managed to get the 2 races in last night, and it just happened to be here. So I promise you I will post up some more races and some more places. But yeah, I'm gonna adjust the settings, so I've got a nice, decent setting for tracks like this. And then I've obviously got my high downforce setting, my low downforce setting for places like Italy and Monza. So we'll see how we go. SGI made a mistake there, and he got out of our way so that we could go through without being impeded. Again, these are the kind of races that we race with. You know, they're not there to impede anybody or cause a crash or be a pain in the backside to anybody. They're there purely to race like we're racing here. And you can see Nelly's right with us. He's going to be in my slipstream. He may ever go into the final chicane, we'll see. As you can see, Nelly's trying to stop off the chicane, whereas I fully attack it. As you can see there, I couldn't get the power down in any way. I had to come out the throttle, or I had to get the wheels back rotating again to their normal speed, Nelly's just drove straight past me on the straight, but I'm back in his slipstream. He's keeping the inside covered, that's fine. We'll go to the outside, we'll cut in, we'll see if we can get a decent exit. We've not got the power on him, unfortunately. He gets an okay exit, manages to keep the position because he's got the inside line for the next corner. So I'm thinking at this point, okay, right, well, you know, it's got in front of me. There's not a lot I can do. This car is not set up in any way for this circuit. Let's just keep behind him. He's got the same car as me, so we should be able to run fairly close to him. He's a good racing alley. I've got a lot of respect for him. He's pretty damn good, and when he's off the pace, he keeps out your way as well, which I was really impressed with when I first met him. So hopefully we'll be able to keep with him. Have a bit of a battle. So I get a good exit out that corner, so I'll again be able to attack. But he's fighting back, he's keeping the inside line. I go wide. Just touch the curb, my back wheel just touch the curb, and I'll just lose it, get sideways, hit Nally, and that was a complete disaster. Luckily, no effects to Nally, and he manages to stay ahead of me. But that was just purely a racing incident, and there was nothing more that I could do to avoid it. So Nelly understands and respects it. So, you know, no cross words were said. We just got on with it, and that's awesome, because a lot of these games that you play, when you're not playing with people that you know, if somebody would have said, you did that on purpose, man, you did that on purpose, and then they'll make it their mission just to crash into you, which is, it's just ruined the last 9 laps of the race. Really, it's just completely screwed everything up for you. So. There you go, I'm riding the curb again, but I've got the clearance. Trying to straighten up the track as much as possible. Okay, as you can see, Nelly's managed to catch the next guy along. Paul's made a mistake, unfortunately, so we get by Paul with ease, so we're up another place. As you can see, my tyres have lasted quite well. I'm quite impressed with this. So we're up to 7th position, we're doing quite well. We know we haven't got the pace in the car, but there's nothing more that we can do. Hop over the curbs, doesn't upset the car too much, and in the pits. We're on lap 11, so I know I haven't got long, but I'm thinking if I can get into the pits now, get a fresh set of tyres on, that gives us 3 laps of just pure running on a fresh set of tyres. And I know that the fuel's not going to get me to the end, and like PlayStation likes to say, here you are, have this much fuel, this will do you. You've always got to put in more. I actually put in 5 clicks more fuel, and you'll see what effect that has towards the end of the race, and I'll show you. But I put 5 clicks more fuel in, and we're off. We're out in 9th position. Now we've got 2 GTRs in the pits as well, so I know that they're having the same problem as I'm having. They can't get to the end without having a pit stop and getting some more petrol on board. There goes the bloody iPhone again. And so, yes, we've got the windscreen wipers going, so that means we're on full attack mode. Doesn't really, just means I'm getting over ambitious on the controller. Now I'm trying to be fairly gentle on these because I've got to last me, and I know my tyres like to go off within a lap, so I know that come lap 13 my tyres are going to be all over the place, so I'm trying to be fairly gentle on them. I'm not trying to spin them up too much, get them too overheated too quickly. But I know I need to catch people now. I'm in 9th place. I've got the tyre advantage. Need to use it while I've got it, really. I'm running out of time. All the way out to the edge of the curb there. There was Chris, which was our first lap leader. Looked like he's had a pretty good race, to be honest with you. But now, knowing that the two GTRs, they've had to come in for fuel as well, and there's me getting way wide as I'm getting far too quick into there, which absolutely destroys the exit onto the back straight. Because I know that the GTRs have had to pit as well, then I'm thinking that, you know, perhaps these HSVs can't actually make it to the end. So I'm thinking that they are going to have to pit, and as I look up at my screen I can see that some are already pitting already, so I know that, yep, these guys are going to have to pit again. So I've got to start getting my head down, put in a good lap, see if we can get some positions out of this pit frenzy that's going to happen. To 7th place now, picked up a couple in there. We've still got the tyre advantage, the tyres are in, they're up to temperature now. So, got to keep my lines. What I'm trying to do is, as I'm coming out the corners, I'm trying to straighten up the line as much as possible. This car tends to oversteer in the initial, then it'll understeer for the 2nd phase, and then it's oversteer on the 3rd phase of the corner. So, I know what's going to happen. So what I'm trying to do is oversteer it quite a lot in the 1st phase, try and set me up for the 3rd phase, and it kind of skips the 2nd phase of the understeer, or if it doesn't skip it, it helps me around the corner, and then I managed to just get the car straightened up and the power out. It's not great because by that point, you know, the corner's already done, and whereas normal people are accelerating on the apex, I'm actually accelerating on the straight after the apex. So I'm not getting the best out of the car. There's a lot more time left in this car. As you can see, I'm giving Chris a quick flash to let him know I'm coming, and I'm on a hot one. He knows I'm coming. He can feel it already. And here we go. There's Chris ahead of us. I'm thinking maybe I can get him on the brakes. No, Chris is pretty good. He isn't going to let me get him on the brakes. So I go deep anyway. Up over the curb. Up over the curb. A little bit of wheel spin, but Chris has got to brake. He's got to go into the pit. So we got Chris's position. That's all in the bag now. So we're up to P6, already in a points paying position, and it looks like maybe let's get this Toyota as well. I'm looking for him on the right hand side. Where are you? Where are you? There he is. There he is. So we get the Toyota. Okay, we're up to P5. So we've done all right out of that. We've gone from P9 to P5, and we've used our head, not our pace. So I'm happy with that. So the main thing about me, I like to run the figures and run the yards, see if I can use my head rather than my pace to get me where I need to go. And if I can get the car set up right, then I can use the pace and get the win. Cut the corner as much as I can, brake as late as I dare. Now with that corner, on the 2nd phase when my car tends to go into the understeer moment, that's the last thing you want to do on that corner, because you just understeer straight off, and that completely screws up the next corner, and you usually end up having to do 180s to get back onto the track again, which I haven't got time for. We've got 2 laps to do. We're in P5. We know there's more positions paying, especially if people have been into the pits and they haven't actually put enough petrol in. So at the moment I'm catching people now. A lot of people are now putting themselves into a fuel conservation mode, so they're short shifting. They know they haven't got enough petrol really to get to the end, but they're going to short shift, they're going to brake early, they're going to coast, they are going to do everything that they can do to try and keep as much petrol in, and they're trying to keep their distance from me as well, but I'm on full attack mode. I haven't got time for the guy behind me. I'm in full attack. We need to get going. We need to start setting some fast laps. Straighten the car up, get it out of there as fast as we can. team. We've managed to drop the Toyota a bit as well. We got a good exit out of there. I was really happy with that exit. It's the best exit I've had all race long. If I have ones like that, then I can have some really decent lap times going on. Best lap so far from us, 152.497. Best lap of the race so far is about a 149.1. So we know that somebody has got their card right dialed into this this circuit. Trying to straighten that car up again, get the launch out of there. Guys ahead of me are fighting, so I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to catch up to them. They are struggling, they are in fuel save mode. We're on the last lap, can I make it? They're in fuel save, they're fighting amongst themselves. I'm on full attack, the guy behind me is on full attack. We are not sticking around here. We're fighting down to the last centimetre of track. We are going for it. So I get a good exit out of there. Get a little bit of the wobble as the power transfers. Nelly's run out of fuel. He's out of fuel. We take his position from him. We got 4th. And we're catching Shabalala very quickly. And he's out of fuel. He's pulled to the right. He's out of fuel. Now I'm flashing Killer. He's out of fuel. I'm flashing Killer to let him know I'm coming by, son. I'm not out of fuel. I got plenty of that stuff. And actually, I don't. I put 5 clicks more fuel in. 5 clicks more. And I'm in the red. But we're on the last lap, luckily. We haven't taken the win. But look where we are. We're second. We were in 9th position when we came out of the pits. 9th. And look where we are. We've used our head. We haven't had to resort to any dirty tactics. We've used our head. We've done what we've came to do. Adrian's took the win in his GTR. Very well deserved winner. And that's it, guys. Thanks very much for checking this video out. I really appreciate it. And I'll get some more up, I promise. And it won't be for the Nurburgring. I've potentially got one more for the Nurburgring to put up. But there we are. Second position. Windscreen wiper in celebration. Guys, have a great Christmas. And I'll see you all soon.